parents who say the word scholarship, you say financial, their ears perk up a little bit. It should be known that at the Division III level, there is no athletic scholarship money available for any sport. Division I, Division II, NAIA junior colleges, they do have athletic money available. John, you coached at a Division III school. You coached at each level. You've had some scholarship money, less scholarship money, no scholarship money. How impactful can that be from a financial standpoint where, especially the later you start this process, the less opportunity there's going to be financially scholarship-wise for you. But early on, getting your ducks in a row and doing the right things is going to put you in a good place to pursue those scholarships. But also, scholarships are really difficult to come by. A lot of people want a scholarship. It's something that they is going to play an important part in their college decision. But they don't realize how competitive and how difficult that is, especially with your background in basketball. You may only have 2 or 3 scholarships available each graduating class. So the financial piece is important, John, too. And the earlier families can start, typically the better spot they'll be in to really maximize any scholarship opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, scholarships sound great, right? Especially athletic-based scholarships, you put yourself in a position as a student athlete. Your parents have helped put you in a position to be able to get scholarship money, depending on what sport you are, whether it's a full scholarship or a partial scholarship, depending on Division II, Division I, or NAIA, junior college, whatever it is. What I try and separate here, and I think this is where it comes down to that 40-year decision. This is something that I did a lot of, and I talked a lot about to the student athletes that I recruited when I was a Division III coach, student athletes I recruited when I was a Division II coach, is if that scholarship wasn't there, would you go there? I think that's an important piece that you have to keep in mind. Financial aid is great, fill out the FAFSA, get that stuff in, do all that. If you take care of your stuff on the academic side, is there some academic money that's available? Scholarships, while I know that families are more attracted to athletic scholarships than probably anything in this process, if a scholarship is driving your decision, you need to make sure that you're talking over that and what that actually looks like. And you need to make sure that you guys are actually talking about the school and the fit, and take the scholarship out of the equation. While I know it's important, you should certainly do your research and your due diligence when it comes to scholarships available. And you should ask those questions to college coaches when you do talk to them. If you don't remove that and you end up going somewhere that's not a great fit for you, you're going to end up going somewhere else. And transferring, while you can do it and you can still find a great fit when you transfer, it's not easy. I did it. So keep that stuff in mind when you guys are talking scholarships, financial aid, all that stuff, that remove it from the equation and have the conversation, and then you can really make a decision if you can put that up against a wall and you can say, okay, do I like this school otherwise? And that's where the 40-year decision is so important, especially to the student athlete.
And I just want to jump in here. Just 2 experiences that I had as a college coach. I had seen athletes come in on a full ride as a freshman because they were very, very good. That following year, they're on a 25% scholarship. They didn't plan for that. They think they're getting their school paid for 4 years. That wasn't the case. Keep in mind, Division I, that's a business, right? And those coaches, that's their job on the line. They have to be able to manage that. So what it seems like at the surface or at the beginning of something doesn't mean that it can't change away from your favor. So that's something to consider. Exactly like John was saying, there are opportunities to get a ton of money outside of the athletic scholarship. And I know there's some glitz and glamour that come along with saying, hey, I'm a Division I scholarship athlete. But I would actually use that as a college coach at the Division III space to say, look, I understand that you're good enough to go and compete somewhere at the Division I level. But the reality is that you're amongst the best of the best. And those are athletes that are going to potentially go to the Olympics, break world records, those sorts of things. That's your competition pool. Now, while you can compete at that level, you're not necessarily top tier D1 scholarship material. So you could go and train with that program and travel and have a good time, but you may not earn that kind of scholarship money that you think that you're going to get at the Division I level. Versus you could come to Division III, be highly competitive, be in the mix to be an All-American. I can offer you X number of money just because you have good grades and good test scores from this school. One of the schools that I worked with was a need blind financial aid situation, meaning that your acceptance to that school was not based in any way on the amount of money you needed. And if you could demonstrate some kind of financial aid to get into that school and to be able to go there, they were going to make up the difference in those costs. So when you start talking about $40,000-$50,000 a year to go to a very high academic institution, you have to think about that 40-year plan versus, yeah, okay, you maybe could compete on some level at the Division I level, but you may never, ever see the kind of scholarship money that I could potentially offer you in financial aid at the Division III level. So again, just things to consider. Neither right nor wrong. It really just depends on what your goals are, but you have to understand these things before you step into that realm and make long-term decisions.
Yeah, and DK, just to piggyback off that, I think it's really important for whoever's listening to understand social media has kind of blinded us a little bit what an actual scholarship offer is in some situations. There's very few sports that are head count sports, meaning that every athlete on that team receives a full scholarship. And that's generally just at the Division I level where we do have head count sports. So if you're in one of the sports that's not a head count sport, your scholarship percentage is not going to be 100%. You're still going to have to pay along the way. Division II, not a head count sport in the major sports, and certainly in all of them, they're working at less than full scholarships to be able to divvy out. So from a social media standpoint, keep that in mind. You see a kid got an offer, you really have no way how to, as a reader of that post, you have no way how to decipher what kind of scholarship that is. So again, remove the scholarship from the equation and allow a scholarship to be an added benefit and an added bonus to your ability to be able to continue to play and compete collegiately in whatever sport you love.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. Click our logo to subscribe to our channel and check out the other videos on our page for all things recruiting.